Hi everyone, this is Dr. Scott Timpanelli and welcome back to the Chiropractic Minutes. I want to talk to you about something I came up with years ago. I actually did this over 10 years ago and I call it the Chiropractic Pyramid. You know, you've seen those posters where they show the iceberg and the iceberg is underwater and they show what that person is. They show the top of the iceberg over the water and they have a label success, and under the water the iceberg is probably about 10 times bigger. You only see a small portion of the iceberg, and the iceberg under the water is like gigantic, and all the things that person did for 20 years to make them a success. And that's how I look at chiropractic, the chiropractic pyramid. If I draw a line right here, we should have a marker. These three, I'm going to show it closer up. These three top columns here, and below that is what you don't see. Meaning that when you come in for an adjustment, there's so many positive things happening that are imperceptible. Imperceptible. And I show this to people, and I haven't talked about it in a while, and I want to reintroduce it, that there's many different things that are going on without your knowledge when you're coming in for the adjustment. And of course, I'll be frank, most people come in for adjustments because they want to feel better. And I put on top of here, pain, improved joint neurology, improved joint function, right? Range of motion. People come in, that's what's on top of the iceberg. That's what's above the water. That's what you can see. You can get an adjustment and something you've been dealing with for weeks and weeks can go away. It's very powerful. When you're in better alignment without subluxation, okay? I have many videos on that. Misalignments in the spine caused by everyday stress. Very powerful when a gentle, specific adjustment, gentle, opens up those nerve channels, which goes to the muscles and the ligaments and the tendons, and the motor unit works better, better alignment. Guess what? Pain may go down. Because why? Because your body's functioning better. You have a better nerve supply. But if that's the only reason you're coming in for, you'll probably be gone. And I recommend people get adjusted at least once a week. Okay? All right. So let me zoom this in. So I'm zoomed in here, and if I drew a line here, we have pain, improved joint neurology, joint function, range of motion, and then we come underneath the water here. We come underneath the water, okay? And the bottom one says a clear connection between the brain and body, meaning that every single time you get an adjustment, you get checked and adjusted, there is a better connection between the brain and the body. Actually, a connection that is restored. And I always tell people, yes, you can live to 100 years old and not get adjusted. There's people who do that, who live long lives and not get adjusted. But we're talking about the quality of your life. And every single time, if you're living and walking around with misalignments that we call subluxation, you're not getting the most life out of life, period. So every single time you get an adjustment, there's a clear connection between the brain and the body. What else is happening as we go up the ladder? Remove nerve pressure, spinal cord tension. When you get an adjustment, the tension in the spinal cord is reduced. It's such a level that it's imperceptible. And when the spinal cord has less tension and there's less nerve pressure, your body's going to work better. It has to work better by law. So we come up to the next one, increased nerve supply, nerve flow. The flow of information, the electrochemical messages from the brain out to the body and back again are going to function to more of your potential as a human being. There's more life flowing through there. It's getting through. There's no obstruction. Then we come up to, well, if the nerve system's working better, which goes to our organs, doesn't it make sense that the organs can work better? People go to the chiropractor because their back's hurting them, and all of a sudden, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, goes away. Or that gallbladder that's been aching goes away. Or different things that I can't even measure can go away. I don't know. But I do know when there's a clear connection between the brain and the body, the organs are going to work better or work the way they're supposed to work. Okay? Then we come up to where we can feel a lot of times. The range of motion, the things that we can see above the water. I should have drew a line here. Above the water, range of motion, improve joint neurology. And you know what? Maybe pain will go away. But pain I put up here because pain is one of those things that can be very fickle. You can feel great one day, next day, you didn't do anything different, and it goes away. Or you're doing all the right things, and there's still something going on there. Because chiropractic is not the only thing people need. There's other factors of life, okay, that you need to be on, okay? How are you sleeping? How are you eating? How are you moving? All those things. So I just wanted to show you the chiropractic pyramid, because no matter what, and consistent adjustments, a few times a month, every week, a couple times a week, will improve the quality of your life in some way. What way? I can't predict. There's too many variables in the human body. Living things have too many variables, and many that we haven't discussed and discovered. Not discussed, discovered. Too many. Okay, when it comes to a mechanical device, the variables are known. We can fix that completely. Human being, well, I have other videos on that kind of thing. Until next time, the Chiropractic Minutes. Yeah!